Last week, I reviewed a cheap headset from Kore Aviation, but if you want to spend a little bit more money, you could try out this KA-1 headset, which is about $200, so you're paying like $80 more, but is it worth it? I know you guys are spending a lot of money as private pilot students, so let's take a look at this headset and see if it's worth it for a student pilot. All right, let's dig in and take a look at Kore's KA-1 headset. Once again, this headset's about $200, and their cheapest headset's about $120. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, what's the difference in this headset and the P1, which is their main headset. Now this guy right here, I think you can only get it with the carrying case. So on the P1, you can buy it with or without the carrying case, and it saves you about $10. But for this one, I think you have to buy the carrying case. And just like the P1, it does come with an extra mic muff, so that's really nice, because those do get worn out sometimes. Once again, the carrying case, I take it or leave it. If you have a flight bag, it's nice to just put your headset in a flight bag. But if you don't, these are nice. Otherwise, these often just get thrown away. But when it comes to this headset right here, the quality is really about the same, but this one has a few additional features. And I do actually think this one is worth spending a little bit more money on. And I'll tell you why here in just a second. One, this headset does have the same band up top as the P1. So, and once again, this is really nice. It's not the plasticky band. It's more of a faux leather or a vinyl headset. So it's a little bit better than those plasticky bands that you get sometimes on cheaper headsets. This particular headset has the flexible boom, unlike the P1, which is like a wireframe boom. So it's a little bit more flexible. This one goes either way. So that's nice. That one does. The P1 goes both ways as well, but this one seems to really stay in place well, and you don't have to worry about screws backing out on you. Now, another advantage to this headset is that it comes with gel cups, and these gel cups are super comfortable. Once again, they do cause your ears to sweat a little bit, and I would recommend buying the cloth covers for them if you're living in a hot climate, but if you're like in Alaska like I am, then you don't really need that. So another thing that's really nice about this headset is that both sides have volume adjustment. So if you're deaf on one side, then you might need more or less or whatever. And this headset is able to do that, where the P1 only has adjustments for the total volume. Just like the P1, it does have the foam and material inside to cover the speakers. And I do think that helps the fidelity of the sound that you get. But we'll test it out in the airplane here in a minute, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. The boom is, the quality of this headset is really good. And when in comparison to like cheaper headsets, it seems like it's really well made, and it's not going to fall apart on me. My favorite feature, now the cords and stuff, it's the same. It seems like it's really well made, but my favorite feature about this headset is actually this right here. And what you'll notice is that it has a button for mono or stereo. And supposedly, if you use stereo, then you could actually use this headset for a flight simulator or something too. Whereas mono is what you're going to use in the airplane, and then stereo, if you wanted to use this in a simulator, you could just flip that to stereo, or even, I guess, if you wanted to listen to the radio or something on your old 90s stereo, you could flip that up too. But so that's a really awesome feature. I get asked a lot, will a headset work with a simulator? And for the most part, the answer is no, but this one actually has that feature. So if you're looking for double duty for your simulator and also your airplane, then this is the headset for you. I've never seen that before, so that's really awesome. And then this one, just like the P1, it does have an audio jack as well, so you could listen to music or something in the airplane if that's important to you. Just like the P1, it's got two adjustment bands up here. This is pretty standard headset, and then if it's too tight for your head, you would bend the metal up top. We'll try it out in the airplane and see if we need to do that, but I'm kind of itching to try this out and see how well it works. So let's get out to the plane and check it out.
Let's go.
Clear! Radio, Skyhawk
Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot with Delta over at Blue River. Going to be VFR over the Connect Valley there.
Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, Palmer to Roger. Good morning, no reported traffic, and you said you have information Delta?
Hey, firm, we have Delta. Thank you.
Skyhawk 14 Foxtrot, Roger.
All right. I'm going to get it just past this ice right here.
Sure.
All right. Once we're past this, you can take over.
Two.
All right, your controls. Just going to taxi straight ahead, and we're going to turn right on that taxiway up there. So your controls.
My controls. I'm going to probably play with the rudders just a little bit to
awesome. Yeah.
get reacquainted with the
mess with the rudders, mess with the brakes. It's been a while.
It has been too long. So
like a year and a half, right?
Yeah, at least.
So today I'm testing out this headset from Kore Aviation. This is the P1 right here, and Hagen has the KA-1, which is their little bit better headset. That one's about $200. This headset's like $120, $130, depending on the package you get. But as of right now, after just putting it on, like I can hear myself pretty good. I can hear you pretty good. I heard the radios pretty well, and so far they're pretty comfortable. We're going to go fly over the Connect Glacier if the clouds allow us, and then we'll do some testing. We're going to return right here at this taxiway.
Sounds good.
Taxiway Alpha, nobody's coming. Winds are calling calm. Looks like it's more of a south flow, so we are going to take off with a slight tailwind. It's no big deal. We got plenty of runway, and it's very calm, so I'm not too worried about it. Very cold today, so we got lots of pow hair.
Good. And you said we're going to?
Yep, go all
Delta.
the way across. This is a runway here. Not seeing anybody. Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot crossing 2810 at Alpha, Palmer. And the wind's going that way, and we like to do the run up in the wind, so just kind of go out here and spin around where we can get out.
Okay.
We are good to go. Alright, and then swing it out so we can see, make sure nobody's coming, even though we know there's not.
Sure.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, taking 34 for a east departure, Palmer.
Right.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Honey.
Alright, power's coming in. Alright, power's looking good. 2270 on the RPM. Oil's looking good. Airspeed's coming alive, just waiting for 60 knots.
All right. We're at 60 knots. Here
there
we go.
it is. Yeah.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 20
All
Hotel,
right.
3 mile 45, going left downwind to 34.
Awesome. Let's climb out at 70 knots. So pitch that nose up.
Okay.
A little bit more right rudder. This plane's got a little bit more power than the last one you were flying.
Okay.
We're going to be going on the downwind and then exiting.
Okay.
And Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, entering a left downwind for a departure over the Connect. Palmer traffic.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 00 Hotels, left base for 34.
Okay, so he was coming in, so he's over the left base right now. I don't see him, but all right, keep coming down. You might need to pull the power back.
And I think we need to trim a little bit too. I think
Yeah. Well, you'll notice these Cessnas climb a lot
Sure.
easier than the old Cherokee. So yeah, it's a lot more important to trim in this plane. Trim's not as actually important in that plane for two reasons. One, it has a stabilizer, and then it also, the wings don't create quite as much lift. So that's why.
That definitely seems to have a lot more power than
Yeah, it does.
Hotel, turn final for runway 34.
Okay, there he is. Yeah, so like, obviously neither one of these headsets have noise canceling, so that is a huge advantage for headsets when they have noise canceling. But you're also talking like the cheapest noise canceling headset you can get is like, I think the cheapest I've ever seen is about $300, and a good noise canceling headset is going to be at least $350 to $400, and like, high quality, you're looking at like over $1,000. So these don't have noise canceling, so there's a lot of ambient noise in here with these P1s, but I can still hear just fine.
Sure, yeah.
How's your headset doing?
It sounds good. Obviously, there is some noise that you can hear, but overall, the audio comes through well above the noise.
So you have the Faro Stealth 2s, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And compare that KA-1 to your Stealth 2.
I think it sounds just as good. I really can't tell any different. We haven't had it on, too terribly long, but it's just as comfortable and doesn't hurt your ears or your head. So that's always a plus.
I think the big similarity between that headset and the Stealth 2 is that one has gel cups, whereas this P1 does not have gel cups. And obviously, you can go ahead and turn left here over the butte. The difference in the gel cups and these, they're actually quite a bit more comfortable.
Sure.
And so if you buy,
Tag user, hotels down and clear 34. Bravo, taxiing back at 34.
Okay. And Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, departing to the south here, 1,200, and we're going to be making a left turn out just south of the Butte, Palmer. Yeah, so once again, this headset does not have the gel ear cups, so it's not quite as fancy as that one, so it's not quite as comfortable, but if you're on a budget, the gel cups aren't really that necessary, and you can actually buy those later on. I actually don't think they're too expensive, so that's an option if if you're on a budget to start and then you want to improve your headset later. That's a really easy way to do that. All right, so this is the Butte right here, and a lot of people go hike up this right here.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, and actually, we could go hike that at some point in time, because usually during the wintertime it's covered in snow and it's kind of miserable to hike, but this is kind of rare for Alaska. There's no snow right now, and it's January 9th.
Yep.
It's usually not a lot, but enough to where you don't want to go hiking.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, obviously come to Alaska and you expect snow, and there's not a flake on the ground, so.
Yeah, you're going to get to see the glacier.
Awesome.
I'm very excited.
Awesome.
Flying over a glacier is probably the most beautiful thing you'll ever do.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, it's not quite as cool because you can't really see the mountaintops right now, but, man, it's still beautiful out here. All right, so we are getting into a little bit of moisture here, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on that. What's that thing say? It says we're 40 degrees. So we should not be running into any kind of icing right here. So that's my biggest concern right now. If it starts raining on us and it's right at freezing, that's when you start getting icing conditions, and that can get pretty scary. And Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, about 3 miles to the southeast, 1,300 eastbound for the Knik Glacier. All right, we're on with Knik here. I'm going to talk to them. Knik traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot. We're about to fly over the picnic strip at 1,000 eastbound towards the Knik Glacier. Knik traffic. So somewhere right in here, might be kind of hard to see right now because there's the ice.
Sure.
But there's an airstrip right here somewhere called there it is. It's called the picnic strip. So where the river kind of braids out like that,
gotcha.
You can see it just off there to the left.
Okay.
On that, there's a group of trees and it's running that way right there.
Yeah.
So if you were to have a cub or something, you could get into that.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting moisture, 40 degrees. I'm not seeing ice build up. Everything's looking good. So actually, I think what we're seeing here is a temperature inversion. So the temperature was 36 degrees on the ground, and it's a little bit warmer up here, which matches because these stratus clouds, when you have a warm front and stuff, a lot of times you'll get a temperature inversion. So that makes me feel a little bit better that it's warmer up here. So we should not expect icing. Yeah, we'll be flying over the house here in just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, so our house is right here somewhere. There's somebody out in the driveway in the cul-de-sac on our house. You see him?
Oh, yeah. Sure enough.
All right, let's go hit up the glacier.
All right.
This is the best part. So if you were starting your training, and you didn't have enough money to buy noise canceling, do you think that headset would be one that you would consider?
Oh, hands down. It sounds great. Obviously, it is expensive as aviation is and everything else. I mean, I wouldn't mind at all having a headset just like this. Save me a little bit of money, but have a quality headset. So
the big thing for me is that one advantage to not having Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, but noise canceling is you don't have a controller, and so that's one thing I hate about noise canceling headsets is controllers, because it can get kind of in the way when you're flying, and when you're first starting, it seems like everything gets in the way. So I will say that is a slight advantage to not having noise canceling, but in the grand scheme of things, I would rather have noise canceling, but that is an option. I wish a company would come out with a headset that had noise canceling that did not have the controller. If I'm wearing the headset, I want noise canceling. It doesn't have to be it could just automatically turn on when you plug it in. That'd be fine with me. So if a headset manufacturer is listening to this, please build a headset that does that. I hate the controller.
Man, that's beautiful. All right, your controls. I'm gonna take some pictures
High
here.
controls. This is just, it's so incredible out here. There's just nothing like it in the lower 48. Look how blue it is.
It's just beautiful.
It's unreal.
It's amazing, but it's like pictures just don't do it justice.
No, they
you
really,
know,
they do not.
you gotta view it for yourself. So
Yeah, you really do.
and there'd be no way. I mean, there'd be no way to cross this. You want to take some pictures as well?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
All right.
Your controls.
My controls.
Your controls. Yeah, so another thing about this headset is this band up top right here. It seems a little bit more comfortable than like one of the cheaper headsets. A lot of them have the plasticky band, and they seem like they put a little bit more pressure on the top of my head. This one seems like it's a little bit fluffier, so of course my hat doesn't have a button on it, which makes all the difference in the world if you're wearing a hat.
I don't know if mine does or not. I don't know.
But you can definitely tell a difference when your hat has a button on it, because like you'll be flying for like an hour and you'll be like, ah. So quit making buttons on hats for you hat manufacturers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like this headset is pretty new. I just put it on. But like I could probably stretch the band out just a tiny bit more, because I feel like if I was in here for like a couple hours, it might be crushing my head a tiny little bit, but overall it's really not that bad. Like, do you feel like yours could need adjustment?
I don't really feel like mine does. I think mine's pretty comfortable just the way it is. So
your head's probably a little smaller than mine.
Yeah, that's because I got less brains. I don't need a big head. So
I don't know. They say people with smaller brains are smarter. I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm afraid not. Not in this case.
All right. I know we're a little far out, but
Sure.
you can go ahead and slowly make that turn for downwind.
Okay.
Yeah, Palmer traffic, Sky High 4714 Foxtrot on the left, downwind for 34, Palmer. All right, pull that power back. Let's get in the wide arc.
Okay.
In just a second, we're going to be lowering those flaps. This is really good because we're getting blown that way.
Sure.
So this is a good angle to kind of keep us close here. And keep that nose up so we can bleed that airspeed off.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit less power.
Put in about 1700.
Yeah, so 1700 we're a beam. So carb heat on, raise the nose, and throw that first notch of flaps in. This one actually has a notch, so yeah, right there.
Right there?
Yep, watch your airspeed. We want to fly 70 knots now to right here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is looking good. All right, clear left.
All right.
Lower that second notch.
Oops.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot on the left base for 34, Palmer. Nose down.
Down.
There you go. This will be a touch and go.
Okay.
We got a couple minutes here. This is looking great. Come back and make it more perpendicular a little bit there. There you go. Because winds are kind of coming out of that way, you need to be more aligned with the runway before you start your turn.
Okay.
Otherwise,
We'll be too far.
You'll roll out too early. Now see how we're like sinking down?
We are, yep.
So just give it a bump of power.
Okay.
And nose down a little bit. You're slowing down on me.
Gotcha.
All right. Somewhere right in here.
Okay.
Clear left.
Turn to final.
And Palmer traffic. Sky 4714 Foxtrot base to final 34 Palmer. All right. Pull that power back. We're super high. Go ahead and lower that last notch of flaps. Now we're looking for 60 knots.
All right.
60 knots. This is looking great. We're sinking down, so we're catching our glide slope. So somewhere pretty soon we're going to need to feed that back in, but we're not quite there yet.
Need to power back in just a little bit?
Yeah, just give it another potato or two.
Okay.
Palmer traffic, Cessna 052 is 3 miles to the west, 1,300 setting up
Yeah,
45
if I say go around, just push the power full up and put the nose on the horizon.
All right.
This is looking great. This got a little bit of a crosswind. It's not as bad down here, so just keep coming down. Keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down. Now pull the power to idle and raise the nose. Nose up, nose up. Oh, not too bad. All right, raise the flaps.
Okay, flaps are up.
Carb heat off.
Carb heat's off.
Power.
Power. All right, power, here we go. Looking for 60. All right. 60 and...
All right. So everything looked good. We just got blown over like at the last second.
Sure.
And instead of letting you land in a crab, I gave you some right rudder.
Sure.
But I had to kind of coach you where to flare, and that's fine.
Sure.
But other than that, it was good. So just kind of look towards the end of the runway, and if we're turned, just give it a little bit of rudder to get us realigned.
Gotcha.
But everything else looked great.
It felt pretty good.
And it's a crosswind day. That's why you got kind of blown over.
Sure.
If you don't mind, let me get this one, and then
Sure.
you'll get the last one.
Sounds good. Your
controls.
controls.
I need my controls. I need to get a landing too. All right, clear left.
Palmer traffic, Cessna 70052 is left downwind 34, Palmer.
It felt pretty good for...
Yeah.
It was kind of rusty.
It was really good. Yeah, not flying in a year and a half.
Yep. Been too long.
Where is he at? There he is, way up there. And Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot on the left, downwind for 34, Palmer. All right, seatbelts on, fuel selector valve on both. Flaps are up, mixture best power. Throttle is set for now. Landing and taxi lights are already on. Now he's going way out to China, so we kind of gotta, we'll see where he is in just a second. Yeah, I just gotta get a landing every now and then, just because I think I flew a month ago.
Yeah.
But don't judge my landing too much.
Oh, I'm gonna judge it, don't you worry. Is he just gonna come straight in? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palmer traffic, Cessna 70052 is turning final 34, full stop, Palmer.
Okay, he's a full stop, so we want to wait another potato or two.
Sure, let me get out of the way.
All right, there's the beam, the numbers. We'll pull the power back a little bit, get ourselves in the wide arc, carb heat on. Where's he at?
He's just right here. He's not sure what he's doing. He's just like straight across from us.
Okay, he's making a full stop landing, so we kind of got to wait a little bit on him. Flaps are 10. Oh, we're getting blown over here. Where is he at?
He's way
I
over
see
there.
him now.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Looking for 70 knots.
He's down.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like he's clear the runway.
And Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot on the left base for 34, Palmer. Touch and go.
Palmer traffic, Cessna 70052 is down and clear at Bravo.
Okay. So I'm going to get myself aligned here. Get ourselves lined up first. Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, final 34, touch and go, Palmer. All right, get us down to 60 knots with my pitch, so I'm a little fast, pitch up, and then we're basically on glide slope.
Sure.
A little fast, I'm pitching up. We're sinking a little bit, so I'm going to start feeding that power gently back in. And then I'm using slight right aileron and slight left rudder for that crosswind. It's a side slip method here. And idle power, and then I'm just gently going to transition into like a slightly nose high attitude. Just keeping the nose aligned there.
Oh, that's butter. That was butter.
Love it. All right, flaps are up, carb heat's off, power. All right, airspeed's come alive, oil pressure's in the green. There's 60 knots. And we'll do one more with you.
All right.
And this next one will be a full stop here. All right, climbing at 70 knots. You're ready to take over.
All right, my controls.
Your controls. Flaps are up. Lights are staying on after takeoff. Checklist is complete.
16 Lima is taking off runway 24, departing to the west.
And just go straight until we get to about 1,000 feet here. A lot of people don't know that technique because they're not taught properly.
Sure.
You should be turning crosswind about 300 feet before pattern altitude.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody here the other day cut me off because they didn't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, mate.
I was not a happy camper.
Sure. Ooh, yeah, it's bumpy.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It's good that we're making this the last one.
You ready to turn to...
Yeah, clear left.
All right.
All right. Seatbelts on. Make sure everybody's buckled up. Fuel selector valve on both. Flaps are up. Make sure best power, that's full rich. Throttle set, landing and taxi lights on. We'll get the rest of beam the numbers.
All right.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot on a left downwind for 34, full stop, Palmer. All right, there's a beam, our touchdown point, so pull the power, carb heat on.
Carb heat on.
Raise the nose and get that in the wide arc.
All right.
And now drop the flaps the first notch. There you go.
Okay.
There.
There we go.
Yeah, go ahead and clear left here.
All
this
right.
is looking good.
Clear left.
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot on a left base for 34, Palmer. Go ahead and drop that second notch.
Second notch flaps.
Palmer traffic, doing Command G16, Lima is 4 miles to the west, departing to the west, climbing 3,300.
Give yourself a little power. Okay. You're getting low. You're not low yet, but you're getting low. There you go. Now turn left.
What?
Palmer traffic, Skyhawk 4714 Foxtrot, left base 34, or base to final 34 Palmer. All right, flaps all in. Throw your flaps in. Now you can start pulling that power back out. There you go. Now we're looking for 60. Put a little more power. We pulled a little too much there.
Okay.
Yeah, this is better. A little less power.
Okay, looking a little high.
This is about right. About a fist length on the dash there. So nose down, a little power. We're getting slow. Power. Right there. Yep, right there. Keep it right here.
All right.
Now keep a slight amount of right wing aileron in there and a little bit of left rudder.
Okay.
That'll kind of keep us coming down the right direction.
Okay, maybe pull more power.
Right here's good.
All right.
Now start pulling back a little bit.
All right, easing out the power.
Yeah, this is looking great.
All right, this is looking good.
Yeah.
All right, pull the power.
Idle power, yep.
Power.
Raise the nose. Little right rudder. Hey,
all right.
I didn't even help on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
That looks good till we got to the ground.
Well, you just over controlled a little
Sure.
bit. That's all, and that's very common. But you did it
Awesome.
all by yourself.
Awesome.
Love it. So overall, what do you think about that headset?
I thought it was great. I'm like, mine wasn't even uncomfortable at all.
That's awesome.
You know, it feels great. So.
Yeah. So that headset, I think it's usually around $199, but Kore's offering a discount with the coupon code free pilot training, and if you click that link down below in the description, you can get a really great price on that headset. So be sure to check that out and let me know what you guys think. Yeah, just pull up here and shut her down.
Sounds good.
This is perfect timing.